This is for all of you guys who are either having a situationship right now and you really want more from a relationship. Now, the first thing I'm going to tell you is that your type is not your type. That man who's flashy and all masculine, and that girl with the big old booty, and she's just a baddie, the lashes long and all this. And no offense to any of these types, but what I'm saying is, if you go after the same kind of type and you're getting the same kind of results, it's probably not your type. Now, here's what I mean is when you look at yourself and you look at your life and you have a certain visual of what a person brings, especially a romantic partner, right? Like we all have a certain vision of how this man is going to treat us or how this woman is going to treat us. And we're so excited about that. We can see it, we can feel it, we can smell it. But the problem with that is the feeling that we generate on the inside for what we want from love and what we know that we want versus what our reality shows us are usually two very different things. So I would challenge you guys to really step out of your comfort zone and entertain that man that's not your type. I'm not saying you can't be attracted to him, right? Because there are all kind of attractive men and women who maybe are not your type, but they're still very attractive. You find them physically attractive and you find them mentally and spiritually attractive. So we're not talking about go sit up in somebody's face who you can't even stand how they look. I'm not even saying that. But if that man is not 6 feet, he might be 5'9", but I bet you he packs a punch. All right, his hairline, it could be, doing the moonwalk, but that's okay. We can go to Turkey. The girl, she may not be, she may not have the body type that you want, but her body's still cute, whether she's a little more curvy or a little more slim. Maybe you like somebody with little feet, but she got a size 10, a size 12. That's all right. She's a little La Cienega. All right, if you know, you know. So we can't be hyper fixated on the smallest of things because we're missing our blessings when we deny things or when we throw away things just because it's not exactly what we envisioned. Now, why it's so important is I talk a lot about manifestations and I talk a lot about allowing and surrendering and letting it happen. And the issue with you projecting what you think that you want onto your relationships is that you leave no room for magic. You leave no room for magic when it has to be exactly how you said, exactly how you thought, exactly how you saw. With your narrow mind, you can only envision the things that you've seen. Only envision the things you've been exposed to, which makes sense why you keep manifesting the same kind of partner, the same kind of experiences, because you're manifesting from your scope of knowledge. And if we want something different, if we want a new thing in our life, we have to take our hand off the wheel and say, you know what, then I'm really going to try a new thing. Because if we want results like we never had before, we have to go about getting it like we never did before. And the way we can go about getting it like we never have before is if we go after or we allow something that's not what we've seen before. You haven't seen the type that is about to come into your life. You haven't seen the kind of woman that's about to come. You haven't experienced the kind of man that's about to come. So don't let the fact that he's a little shorter or he's not as broad, like he's not as muscular or whatever your body type is that you like, his might be a little bit different. He could have a little belly, but since you're into your juices, right? Since you be in the gym like me, all right, trying to unbig your back, you can work on that belly with him, right? Like you can help him in those ways because that's part of what you're here to do as well. We're each other's helpmates. So we can't cross people off because of that, because we're really missing out on gems. And I have to say, in my own experience, like I was used to like the more like hyper masculine, aggressive kind of man. If he don't come toward me growling, I don't want it, right? Like if he doesn't come toward me with a certain kind of pursuit energy or aggressive, like, and I mean aggressive in a good way. If he doesn't come toward me like that, I'm more prone to not really paying attention to him. But my current partner, he just was so different. Like we went on a first date and he didn't try to take me to the next place. Like, you know how you usually go on a date and it's like, oh, there's a little spot I know. Let's go to this jazz spot. Let's go to this bar. Let's go here. Let's go there. And I'm like, oh, okay. Sometimes I'll go. But he didn't even offer that. And that was the most interesting thing to me. I was like, wow, I really went on a classic date. Like we met, we had such intriguing conversation. And from that moment, I was like, I like him. When I initially saw him, of course I was attracted to him. But as far as like the energy that I was kind of used to from a man, like wild pursuit, he wasn't given that. So he was this close to getting cut off. So I almost missed my blessing. And now we're over a year. And it's been so wonderful. Like there's so much that I learned from being in like kind of like slightly toxic situations to a healthy dynamic. So if you guys want to know about that story, I wasn't planning to open up like this. I really wasn't. But if you guys really want to hear it, I will, I'll try to stretch myself a little bit and let me know down below. But I'm saying all that to say, you will pass up on a wonderful man and a wonderful woman if you keep going for a certain kind of guy. I don't care what you say, what you think you like. You don't even know what you like. Because guess what? You don't even have the receptors in you to say that when I get this certain kind of person, me and this person are going to mesh well. You haven't even worked on those things. And I'm saying that from someone or from a woman who I always know what I want. And I know from the day that I meet a person how it's going to end up and what it's going to be. That was really my mindset. And I was always right. But with this one, my current boyfriend, I was wrong. I was very wrong. And I'm so glad that I was. Because as I started to really allow myself to settle into the relationship and really work on things, because I'm the type when something goes wrong, things start looking a little wonky, I peace out. That's my most familiar thing to do, and that's what I take pride in. I used to take pride in leaving and cutting somebody off quickly. That was my thing. But it made me want to stay. And I'm like, oh, this is weird. We get into a little tiff, but he leans in. It's just like he wants to know why I'm upset, and he'll call, and he doesn't let things go past a few hours if we're upset with each other, or he'll always explain himself. And all those things were extremely foreign to me. So I didn't even have the capacity to, I don't know, understand what's going on, because it was so unfamiliar. And I'm bringing you this very personal example because you don't know what you don't know. You have to be exposed to certain things in order to know that they even exist. We can visualize, we can draw our man up, our woman up in our mind, but until you really find that person who really wants to work on things with you and truly be with you, you just won't know how it feels. You won't know what to do about it. That's why I'm saying you keep missing your blessing, because you keep going after what you're used to or feelings that you're used to having. All the feelings that was being incited in me from this relationship were new. These were feelings I hadn't felt before. This was hitting me in a way that nothing had hit me before. It was an uncharted territory. Nothing had been there before. But now all these new pieces to me have been created and are being worked on. It's like somebody who's like a shrimp in the gym, and now you're finally getting a little muscle. It's like, oh, okay. But you would never have grown or gotten that muscle if you didn't start this new thing or this new exercise. So this video, I really want to drive the point home that you have to try something different. It has not worked. Your type has not worked. And I'm not saying that it won't be the kind of attraction you want, the kind of physical attraction, because it very well could be, but it might be different. He might not be super tall. He might be a little square, or he might not have that, that raw energy that a lot of us women are attracted to for whatever reason. Or she might be a certain way that you're not used to. She might be very wholesome or very funny or quirky, and you kind of never had a girl like that. But that's okay. You shouldn't have had a girl like that, because you only have one wife. You only have one husband. So out of 20 people, all 19 of them aren't going to be it. So expect for things to fail, right? Because there's that one thing that's going to go right, because we only want to be married once, or we want one long-term partner. And I'm only talking to the people who are for a monogamous long-term relationship. All right, all that polyamory and all that, that's not this channel, okay? Because Alyssa don't play them type of games. I don't care what you say we're supposed to be doing here. Alyssa is for one man and one man for Alyssa. Okay, so that's my whole take on this whole relationship thing. I hope you guys really take this in. I'm for real, okay? Because keep playing if you want to. And keep acting like you don't mind being single, because you do. All right, I'm not saying that you're not happy. I'm not saying that you can't be happy, live the rest of your life a single woman and travel and do all these wonderful things. I'm not saying that. But let's not ever get it twisted and let the media and let brainwashing and all those things really continue to dismantle our household, especially the Black household, right? And if you know, you really know. So all this, I don't need a, yes, you do. All this, I don't need a woman or American woman or this or Western women or masculine. Stop. We have so many things that we need to solve within the house, within our dynamic. Myself as the Black woman and yourself as the Black man. That dynamic, we have so much love and so much beauty, but we also have so much pain in it. And the only way that we're going to heal is if we heal together. There's no way that we can heal if we're not healing together. I digress a bit, But this is also a very important aspect of a thriving relationship. We have to actually care about it. We have to actually care about staying. We have to actually know that we need a man. Whoever is watching, if you're a single woman, you need a man. I don't care what you say. You can go toe to toe with me all day. I'm not tussling with nobody in arguments. You need, in the comments, you need a man. That man, you need a woman. All this, I'm good, I'm single, bachelor. Okay, sure. But best believe I'm going to be up under my man. Be very clear on that. I need a man. I do. And I have one. So there's that. But I'm going to leave it here. I hope you guys got some sort of clarity. I was supposed to go to the gym. I didn't go yet because I want to do the second video. So here I am again. So hope you guys got something. Let me know down below. Let me know how you feel about what I'm saying. Please subscribe. We're on our way to 1K. We're getting our Gem and Juice series really popping. We're just getting started. All right. So if you, again, liked it, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll be talking to you guys tomorrow.